is a spin-off thing. So you kind of incubate companies together with the industry and the university, and you allow them to spin off and become successful companies. But in that case, my question to you would be, what happens to the intellectual property that is created? Does the university have any claim on that, or do you allow the private company to take that?
Right. So in Italy, there is a specific law for spin-off companies that is then implemented by specific universities. In the case of the University of Perugia, there are two possibilities. One can have a spin-off company where part of the share belongs to the university. This is up to 10%. There is another possibility where the university allows its faculty members to be part of a spin-off. In that case, the university does not own anything, but for example, the spin-off can use the logo of the university and can use the labs for 3 years, after which the spin-off will go on its own and hope for the best. And usually, typically, our university encourages this second type of interaction because this way, in the first place, they take less risks in economic base. In the second place, it really encourages professors and researchers to try and do something that is of practical use and need, without being sort of protected by the company.
By the way, I mean, English is second language for us too, so don't worry. I mean, we have trouble with English too. Sure, please. Mr. Atif Rabbani, former Secretary General, Basis.
Can I just ask you, so what is the policy of curriculum change or development in Eindhoven? I mean, does Philips have a say in it? Or do you have to, how do you do that?
No. Officially, Philips doesn't have any say in the curriculum. But of course, mathematical problems that they have in the development of their systems, like encryption and things like that, they go to the university automatically. And people like to work on those, so it doesn't really matter that, Philips poses the problem. It doesn't mean that it's not an academic problem. So, but officially, Philips doesn't have any say in the curriculum. No.
Can I just come back to this? I mean, if it was with computer science, the students, the skills that they gain, through the university. I mean, is there a match with what the industry wants? With mathematics, I can understand that. They throw a problem, at you, and then of course, you solved it. But if it is more of a computer programming or analysis or that kind of application, do people, adopt to what the industry needs, or do you have a reflection of the change in curriculum?
Well, on the practical side, it's not, let's say that the students, they go there and they get credits for the work they do in the company, and for part this is really working on development of new systems, like for example the CD player or things like that. But
it's a practical development problems that Philips takes to the university.
Development problems, yeah.
That's right. So in fact, in our country there has been a lot of debate about industry recommending curricula to the universities and all that. But in the last few years we have backed away from that, because what we realized that the curricula is the basic teaching, that's basic computer science curricula. What the industry needs are industry skills, and these skills change over time very quickly. So what is to more of our interest is that they have the basic foundation right, so that we can train them up in any skill that is necessary. And that's what Shamim was referring to, that we have set up by encouraging the government to do that, a skill development center, which basically will assess the skills of the ICT professionals and find gaps where the gaps are, and then provide short training courses to meet those gaps. And what we find more in need for the industry is actually soft skills, which can never be part of the university curricula, like the ability to work in teams. Also, that can be part of some curricula, I suppose, in different exercises. But this, the ability to work in teams, communication skills, the ability to do documentation, proper documentation, which is always very monotonous and very boring, and most people try to ignore that, but that's very, very important for the industry. Things like that, these kind of skills and presentation skills, that whatever idea you have, you must be able to communicate that to your superiors or to your clients. Otherwise, it will never get materialized. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing that. Any other comment? Please.
I don't want to discuss about general relationships between university and the company, because most of that are working on science. So what about the relationship between science faculty and company? And my institute is Japan Alpine Institute of Science and Technology. Okay, so our main focus is on science, and my major is computation geometry, which is rather theoretical computer science. And so our scientists are interested in more in abstraction or generalization of some concepts. And but company people want to solve some concrete problem, and they have many case studies, individual programs, and they want to solve it. And so when we collaborate, then company people bring to us many small programs. We want to solve this, but we are not so interested in that. So and also our brains are not so smart to understand that individual programs. So I asked them to